Hey, what's up, man? How's it going, DVD? Welcome to the stream. Hey, that's good to hear. How's it going? Just here chilling out. I'm gonna play a little bit of Shadowverse. I don't know what else we're gonna get into right now. It's just random stream. Maybe some Valorant later. So you join? They're gonna join. Yeah, join up, man. I'm not really enjoying anything. I'm doing. If you ever seen, been a while since you draw on paper. You should keep drawing on paper, man. It does nothing but boost you digitally. But yeah, I was gonna say, I saw. I don't know if you ever saw it. Poco did a huge video on happy accidents and like just that method of controlling or loosening your mind with these kind of exercises. Hold up. It's like these kind of exercises on paper, like completely filling the space, splashing the page with like structure and loose chaos, but also rigid chaos. You can see sections of like just nonsense and also sections of straight lines, sections of flat space, sections of structure. Just keep doing that. Practice and practice and practice that, especially if you get burnt out drawing figures, burnt out drawing objects, obstacles, all of those kind of things. But you wanna draw without the purpose of like drawing a thing, and keep your mind loose. And then later, when you go to specifically draw a thing or draw something, then you'll have like a primer, or you'll be ready and kind of loose. Because I might draw later. I know I definitely at least want to do the sketch of Viper and Nox going at it, or something with them together. That you've been struggling digitally. Why is that? I don't know. I start a sketch and can't seem to follow through. Well, I mean, that's what a sketch is, dude. It's not always. You have to get out of the mindset of completing everything you draw, or everything you draw being this masterpiece. So if you look at an artist, is everything he threw away. It's not the finished work. It's not the stuff that is like brought to completion because you know that method. That's something you sat there and put time into, put work into, and it comes after a certain level of understanding or mastering the thing that you can produce quality finished works all the time. You know what I mean? Or most of the time, or whatever. Really, your journey is about all of the thrown away attempts of trying to get there. So all the scrap paper, all the shit you threw out, all the unfinished sketches, all the nonsense you've done, that is way more important than your finished work on your journey and your development. The art people never see is what makes the artist. You can also set goals to finish your sketches, like set 5-minute timers, 1-minute timers, 10-minute timers, etc.
That little shit right here. That little hole.
Try not to get wrecked.
So this is BB's theme. World premiere, and hope you enjoy it.
Donna Burke.
See the sunset, the day is ending. Let that yawn out. There's no pretending. I will hold you and protect you. So let love warm you.
By the way, about what I was talking about before, we're reaching the climax. When's the climax?
I'll stay with you by your side. Close your tired eyes. I'll wait, and soon.
Probably this month. I'd like to see it. Just something's got to change within the month, and then a few things are going to change regardless because of the updates and what's going on with life.
I won't wake before you go, and I still hear your heartbeat. Feel the wind rise.
Can't say for sure. I'll keep an eye out. the change.
Watch that starshine. He yearns without you. I'll stay with you in your mind every single day. I'll wait.
Something I'm going to say, look for synchronicity. Pay attention to what you're listening to and what you're thinking. Of course, I'll pay heavy attention to those things all the time. So at least I could tell you, like, for my personal, like you're talking to the person that does that, like that you don't have to worry about. Really try to pay attention and filter, like, as much as I can, the unwanted fucking white noise, you know. Or things like questioning how much of your thoughts are like fully your own, 100% your own, not influenced. Start seeing connections. Also pay attention to what you like, character stories, even your own creations. It might surprise you, but you should see things that are exclusive to you. Exactly. It's heavily, man. Every day, every single day. It's like, do I like this? Why do I like this? Where is this coming from? My like, do I like this because of X?
We part too soon, but in our lives there's a truth to find. The end is new. What tomorrow we must reach for to be heard. See the
Like maybe you might feel a certain connection to a character. Might come, because there's some games coming out and some stuff I'm playing and reading and stuff, so it might happen. Might see a real connection and be like, you know what, yeah. Or even, you know what you just mentioned, like something you're working on. Something I'm working on is really like deeply connected to me right now, and it's very personal. And then like this thing, I swear to God, yo, if I finish this thing, this is literally like bearing my soul on paper, dude.
Shout out to Ludwig Forssell. Thanks, mate. Great song. And Jenny Plant.
Stop. Okay, I got a nice sketch going. By the way, if I like that K gif you got looping, that's from the KOF 2000 intro. Yeah, it's sad boys. It's real sad boy shit. But yeah, what are you sketching?
When heaven's divine, I will see the choices within my hands. How can we ever protect and fight without tiny souls? Let me shine like the sun.
Sketching the 3 main characters. Sorry, it took a bit to come up with the composition. Oh, okay, cool, nice.
Feel the storm approach as the end draws near. When heaven's divine, time will come to softly lay me down. Then I can see
These would be good compositions, not so much. Hey man, it's not something you actually go backwards with. I think it's the emphasis like you're putting on it. You know, because if you have good composition, it's not gonna go anywhere. You might just like be seeing it or feeling that way. You might be in a rut. Like you can't. It's like riding a bike. Like you can't lose that eye of like where things should go. I know another thing that can happen is like it's not so much that you lose composition, because if you have it, you can't lose it. It's if you look at other compositions, or you look at compositions that are popular, or you're looking at those things and trying to kind of like keep up with or flesh with that moment or mesh with the moment of where you think composition is going, basically creating like a barrier that's not even there. It doesn't even exist. That you have it, dude. The end draws near for real. Nah, I like Donna Bro. I never heard her sing this version of it. Like I like the studio version. But yeah, I always wanted like a Peace Walker remaster or port. That'd be, I think, if I'm not mistaken, remote play or something was the only way you could play it, or some kind of like thing like that. But it would have been nice to just be able to play it on modern shit. You never played Peace Walker or 5? 5, I'm surprised. Peace Walker, I can understand. It was one game on a handheld device that like a lot of people had, but then a lot of people did it. So like I always get that. But as a gamer not playing 5, like missing out on it, is always like because it was kind of huge. But then again, yeah, I mean it sold incredibly well. But if you look at like what I always check out is achievement rates, not achievement, trophy rates in a game. And if you check out trophy percentages, and a quick way to gauge a game is it's halfway, whatever you can find the game's halfway mark, like trophy milestone, and then look at the amount across the board of people that have achieved that. So you have a 50% of the chapter 5 completion in a 10 chapter game trophy is only 20% of people got it. Then that should tell you right there what's going on. And the game's been out like years and years and years. That should let you know what's up. That's a lot of purchases to never see half the content. should check it out maybe during the next Steam sale. Yeah, I usually just check it out in passing, like in like I don't really go on to specifically do this kind of research, but it's there. It's good to know, like, if you're looking at a game that's been out for a while that people talk about, like, you know, you go on the internet or you're reading articles or you're scrolling on Reddit, and it's just like people always talking about this game, like, oh man, this is the most amazing game, blah blah, and all this shit, and blah. And then you look and it's like, dude, 20% of people even got past the 3rd chapter right now. Like, as far, and we're just dealing with achievements. We're not saying this is the official number, but if this is a good gauge to go with, this is the best gauge we can go with. These are consoles that are connected to the internet recently and have played this game. No, you should give Peace Walker a fan. I think you're a Metal Gear fan, like a big Metal Gear fan, so you should give it a chance if you ever get a chance. Actually, emulate it. That's a good way to play it. That was my best like experience of it. Upscaled and everything. Let's see how Low Roar does live. I've actually never seen any video or heard them sing anything live. We got a half an hour on KXP. Let's see what we got.
You're listening to KEXP. We're listener-powered radio at 90.3 FM in Seattle. You can find us online around the world at kexp.org. I'm Cheryl Waters.
Hey,
with
welcome.
me in studio today, it's Low Roar. Welcome. Thanks for having us. It's wonderful to have you here. Thank you. Want to start it off with a song or two? Yes, sure. Heard you call my name when I'm passing out.
I bought Fakumram in Tekken 7. He's fun. Oh yeah, I forgot he came out. Yeah, I saw him. I don't know. He looks interesting. I'm not really into that character. But I installed it. I played the other day. It was fun. I still didn't even get Zafina. Because she's like $7. Man, fuck out of here. Yeah, you paid $6 for them. Yeah, dude, characters are expensive, man. If you buy like all the DLC characters, it ends up being the price of like 2 games. Dude. About the stage too. Nice. How's the stage? It's called Cave of Enlightenment. I like the music. Oh, nice. Yeah, Tekken always, like, they don't disappoint with music. Oh, did you get a chance to play this yet? Well, I say this, but Death Stranding. Nah, I haven't. Oh man, gotta check it out. I'd say before, like right before playing, if you're gonna play it, right before, just literally erase everything, every perception, everything you heard about, everything everybody's been saying about, everything that floated your way. Just actively go in your mind and be like, dude, fuck everything everybody said about this game. I'm just gonna play this subjectively. It's my only piece of advice before starting. I don't want to waste that banish. Haven't touched my PS4 in weeks. I watched you play it some months back. Oh yeah. Oh, then probably I spoiled it. A lot of it then. But yeah, man, dust off the old PS4. It's worth it. Like, damn, I haven't been in contact with anyone that completed the game, unfortunately. Like, it's been tough, man. Like unless you're like talking about, I mean, more like 1-to-1 conversation. Like if you're going in a group or something, you're going to Reddit. It's like, yeah, you could discuss the game all day, but there's nobody I know personally that finished the game or played the game or anything like that. So I haven't been able to like bounce any ideas, anything. And yeah, I would just like be like, oh, chat, so blah blah blah. But I mean, even chat didn't finish the game, and a lot of chat intends to play the game and stuff too. So it's been like, damn, dude, this has been the one game where it's like you have to make something to discuss it, but that's not really a discussion. When you make something and you throw something out there, it's like, hey, critique this piece that I made on this thing. This is not me discussing the thing with other people in real time, you know? It's just here, let me force my thoughts on you. Because there's a lot, I mean, like that game is like, there's a lot of things to it that are very shallow, right? That have the air of depth, but they're actually not at all deep. There's zero depth. And then there's places and times that I think a lot of it, honestly, is unintentional, where it's fucking deep, dude. Where this wasn't Koji Pro's intent at all, because it's so open in the game. Like you can see, like they didn't make intent for it to be this much, and then those things are that huge. But then where they actually tried to be huge, like, and really pull on your heartstrings or tug on you emotionally or put you somewhere emotionally, they actually miss the mark a lot of times because some certain things are missing. Get ready to come. Yeah. My only negatives, really, and I'll try to think of more, is that it, like, everything that was good needed more padding. Like I don't know if you're around for the Deadman chapter, but like even that, like it just needed a half an hour more in that chapter. Like of I don't know. Whenever if you research the development of the game, you see like they also had to really think about the time that they had these actors for, you know. So they scrounged up, I would say, probably over the course of maybe 50 hours, right? Maybe 50, 60 hours with each of these guys individually, right? And they got what they could get from it. But it would have been nice to have more, because it was really important. Like, it was so quick that there was no impact, like, within that scene. Like, it should have been like have lead ups to the scene, or have subsequent scenes that like show what he does after they reveal what he's actually doing. You know, like every time he goes away, then you can have like the journey of the search, or like other things to, and even like Unger was good. That's well done, as well as a recurring thing. Man, I can literally feel the rust as I draw it. Yeah, that's the worst. But it's good because you know you can break it off like if you force it through for like the week. It's not good when you have to do something or you try to do something. I swear, yeah, I'm sitting here thinking about it. The one word that Death Stranding needs, or like put a cap on it, is like more. It needed more. Everything it had is solid, but needed more of it in each spot. It was deficient everywhere with good shit. Yeah, hold on. We'll finish that concert.
Faintly let go. To take
It's 8 and we're never gonna. We'll one turn ruin this freaking game, dude. I'm out. Just forfeit. One turn ruining, man. The last turn, man.
but soon I'll come around.
Fuck.
Where I'm
Lost but never
found. Waiting for my words, seen but never. Somewhere buried underground.
beautiful. It's Low Roar live in the KEXP
They sound good
studios.
live,
Thank
man.
you so much
In
for
a
coming
small
in today.
setting like that too.
We recorded you in Iceland, and it's so wonderful to have you here in our
That's
home studio
crazy.
in Seattle. Ryan, you have been living in Iceland for several years now, about 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
And you had a band for many years when you lived in the Bay Area.
I did.
When you moved to Iceland about 4 years ago, did you know that you were going to start this project, or is it something that just kind of bubbled up after you were there for a little while?
That's kind of exactly what happened. I moved, and then maybe 2 months after that, I kind of got the itch, to write something. And I was completely, I didn't know very many people that were into music or doing anything then, so it was like a fresh start. And so I just started writing this record, the first one, did it in the kitchen at my house, and then it's just grown from there.
I heard that you wrote it pretty much by yourself on a laptop, and you say it's because you hadn't met many people yet,
Yeah.
but now 4 years later, there are a lot of wonderful people there to meet, and you've brought a couple of them with you today. Can you introduce your bandmates?
This is Loyi, and this is Leifur, and
Was it difficult to meet musicians? I feel like everywhere you look, there's someone that is so talented musically in Iceland. I feel like pretty much everybody there plays music.
It wasn't difficult. And then, that's what happened with the second record. I had, made so many friends. Me and Loyi had been playing together, me and Leifur. And then we got, some of our friends to come and play on the album as well. So there's a lot of great people that played on the new album as well. So, no, it wasn't. It's just such a small community. It's really easy to just get to know people,
Sketching
I
too
heard
bad
of Nina.
proportions off,
She's
but
also
it's
the
nothing you
same
can't
section.
correct.
They
Exactly,
played
it's
on
still a
record,
sketch phase.
Sarah
Haven't turned into a drawing just yet.
She sang on the record. And then our friend Mike Lindsay, who actually just moved back to London, but he was living in Reykjavik for a while. He did that Cheap Mountain Thief thing. He's in a band called Tongue. But yeah, he helped produce the album,
Did you actually do this on your laptop again, or
No.
did you go into a studio?
He kind of had this makeshift studio behind this motorcycle shop, tattoo shop. It was like a little garage that he turned into a studio, and we did it in there.
Other than the way that you recorded it, after living in Iceland for several years, have the themes on the record changed, or?
No, I think they're, generally just about stuff that's going on maybe with me or around me, or people are, around, just everyday kind of stuff. But, no, I don't feel like they've really changed,
I wanted to ask you what the title of this new record is.
Oh,
The
yeah.
first album was called Low Roar,
Subtitled, yeah.
and this one a little tricky.
Yeah, so supposedly it's titled Zero, but we never called it Zero. We always had the thing in our head that we would never title an album. It's just always going to be Low Roar, the one with the deer on it, the one with the face on it, something like that. But because of iTunes and different things, they have to have some kind of thing to put it into their system so it's recognizable, like it's separate than the S/T. So they kept talking to me about it. I said, okay, well, let's just like some symbol or something. And I said, but we're not going to announce it as it being called this. It's just for iTunes or something. And the next thing I knew, like the next day, it was like, Zero out July 8th.
Well, it's
And-
kind of hard to say. The one with the deer on it.
Yeah,
by
I
Low
know.
Roar.
The one with the deer, the self-titled, yeah.
That's painful,
Right.
man.
I want to ask you, so many people are enchanted with Iceland and want to move there. So many people have visited, which is wonderful. Can you, I know this is a conversation that could go on for hours, but can you just tell us a little bit what it is like moving there, what it's been like living there? The obvious question, it's such a difficult language. Are you attempting to learn that?
Okay.
Or succeeding at all?
Well, okay, we'll start with that since it's the last one. No, I'm not succeeding. No, I can understand a lot, and then if I have maybe a few drinks, then I'll try to talk a little bit.
Funny, I've heard that before.
Yeah. But just like small things here and there, But right now we're in a bus full. It's just me and the tour manager are the only non-Icelandic people in this bus. So it's always surrounded me. So I do understand quite a bit now. But yeah, and as far as what was it like, well, I'm from California, but I didn't really get hit with that big of like a, it was such a change, even though, weather-wise and things it is, but it was really, really comfortable for me to move in. The hardest part about it was when I first moved and was trying to get a job. Because basically anything that all my credit or anything I've earned here kind of just disappeared. And, so I was starting over. I was working at a recycling factory out in the middle of the nowhere, like from 6 at night till 6 in the morning, pulling plastic,
Honest work.
Yeah, honest work. But no, it's, and it's a really beautiful place, and I love it. I have no intentions in moving back to the United States.
You've actually been able to tour on both of your records. First record, very successful. How much time do you spend on the road?
Well, actually, with the first one, we didn't really spend that much time. We got a few one-offs here and there. And then this one was the first time we decided to try to go out and see what was going on in Europe. And we were kind of surprised at how many people had been listening, like the people that were showing up to see us. So, like this tour...
But I didn't make a new fucking deck, man.
States. And then we go
God.
to Europe for a bit in November, and then again in January, but just on our own, because we can do okay there, and we can make some money. The hardest part about coming to the States was we had to get them work visas,
I've heard it's very expensive.
It was like $6,000 for the 2 visas.
That always makes me sad. I'd like to think it's easier for musicians to travel and share their music. Speaking of sharing your music, you're going to be playing Iceland Airwaves again this year. And did that feel kind of like a little notch on your belt the first time that you got into the festival?
It was really nice. But the first year that I released the album, I didn't. It released too late, and
you did an off show.
I hadn't applied, so I did an off, and then then the second year we played. Have we played every year now?
I think this will be your 3rd year.
And so this is.
I love that I know that, but you don't.
Yeah, because we've never had a proper album and played. Like last year when we played, the album still hadn't come out, but we were playing some stuff from the album. So this one actually feels like we have something that it was just released and then we're going to perform. So people might be able to get used to it, because we weren't really performing a lot of the old album the second time we played. Whatever.
Well, both albums are beautiful. You're playing songs from the new album today, which has no name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And how about some more music?
Yes.
It's Low Roar live here in the KEXP studios.
It won't let me capture the game for some reason. That's so weird. In this world, then I guess. They're just stupid live, dude. They're stupid.
My head, no light, no sound. A fish in a boat, staring up from the ground, way down, way down. Was this my road? Temporarily found in the weeds of the ground, through the cold winter's clouds, sail down, sail down. In my
Yo, drawing on paper is so good, man. It feels so much better. Yo. It's just you don't get shortcuts, but you get to actually draw it. Gotta admit I'm missing. Yeah, it might be what you've been missing, man. You never know.
God damn.
hell. I believe I was poisoned. I think I've been poisoned. 'Cause the holes drill in my head. They keep me from wandering. You keep me from wandering. 'Cause I was a dreamer. The dandelion prophet. Wherever the wind goes, well, that's where I'm headed. And I think that we sleep best when we are sleepy, when we're both sleepy. 'Cause the holes drill in my head. You keep me from wandering. 'Cause I was a dreamer. The dandelion prophet. Wherever the wind blows, well, that's where I'm headed. The dandelion prophet. Wherever the wind blows, well, that's where I'm headed.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
So I just got my PlayStation. When is it a good time for you for me to pick up my Borderlands information from them?
Right now or anytime is fine. Throughout the weekend, I'm usually not working Wednesday to Saturday or so.
Okay.
What's up?
What?
What's up?
I was just trying to figure out what day that I could go there to pick up my information stuff. I'll probably stop by like tomorrow.
All right. Is it like a thing where you're like, oh, I'm just going to get information and that's it, or like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, it sounded like that. It sounded like you calling me like, oh, I'm coming to get my shit, and I'm about like, what?
Pretty much.
That's fine by me, but I don't like. I still could tell you that I don't know what the hell you're on or who you are right now or why you're even like this. You seem to be going the extra mile, yo.
I'm not going no extra mile. I just asked for my Borderlands information the day that I could like get it so I can install it to my PlayStation.
Oh yeah, that's fine. There's no
That's